Invasive species. An invasive species is non-native organism that has been introduced to an ecosystem and has negative impacts on the environment, economy or human health. Invasive species can be plants, animals or other organisms that have been transported to new areas outside of their native range, often unintentionally by humans. Once introduced, invasive species can thrive and rapidly spread, outcompeting native species for resources and disrupting natural ecosystems. Invasive species can have a range of negative impacts on ecosystem. They can outcompete native species for resources such as food, water, and habitat, reducing biodiversity and altering ecosystem functions. Invasive species can also alter nutrient cycling, change fire regime, and impact water quality. Additionally, invasive species can cause economic damage such as destruction of crops or clogging of waterways and pose a risk to human health by transmitting disease or causing allergic reactions. There are many examples of invasive species around the world. In the United States, invasive species such as the zebra mussel, Asian carp, and embroiled ash borer have caused significant economic and ecological damage. In Australia, invasive species such as cane toad and the European rabbit have caused widespread ecological damage. In the Galapagos Island, invasive species such as rats and feral cats have threatened the survival of native species. Preventing the introduction of invasive species is critical to protecting ecosystems. This can be done by enforcing regulations on the important import and export of plants and animals, monitoring and controlling the spread of invasive species, and educating the public about the impacts of invasive species. In some cases, invasive species can be managed or removed through strategies such as biological control, habitat restoration, and target herbicide use. Overall, prevention is one of the most effective strategies for managing invasive species.